Hey everybody, it's your girl Claudia Jordan, and we are back with another fun, fabulous episode of Cocktails with the Queens. And we'll be dishing about all the hot topics and all that's trending, all the stuff that y'all are talking about. We're gonna talk about tonight on the show. And a little later on the show, we have a special interview with Dwen Curry from the BET Plus docu-series American Gangster Trap Queens. The show looks super dope and exciting. You are not gonna want to miss that amazing conversation with them. Please welcome producer and actress Miss Vivica A. Fox, who also adds director to that list of credits right now. She's in DC. Hello, Miss Vivica.
Hello, darlings. How are ya?
Hey, lady.
Strange, messy Monday.
Hey.
Also welcome with the fabulous hair, businesswoman and actress, Miss Lisa Ray. Love the hair, Lisa Ray.
Hair.
Thank you. Hey, girls, queens, ladies.
Yes, hair. Looking 25 up in that little square.
I know, it's really cute, like the bang and like the 80s kind of like sway with it. Lisa Ray, why you decide to go there? You giving me a little bit of what was the
Aaliyah.
Who?
Aaliyah
with that. Yeah, okay.
Rock the boat, rock the boat, rock the boat, work the middle. Oh, okay. See how y'all get me started?
Well, she came up with a new verse, but that's all right, baby.
In the middle is where you at, like Moni. Where you at? In the middle.
Where you at?
Okay.
Where you at? Yeah.
I guess we got two singers on the show because we also have Grammy-nominated singer Selena Johnson. Lisa Ray coming for your spot there. With
every time. Okay. Lisa Ray stay coming for me every single time she come with the good tunes. Every time. Y'all don't even see it behind the scenes. She be turning up on singing.
But how about this? I was listening to the radio the other day and to a Kanye West song, and I promise you, the background singer was singing, "Oh, it all falls down," and I said, "That is a voice that's strong. I know this doggone voice. I'm trying to get my Shazam out and everything."
Was it Coco?
It was
Coco?
Selena.
Look at this.
I had to Google.
Was it Coco?
It was Selena.
Oh,
yes. And I said, and that's when you start knowing your friends, because I was like, I know this voice.
I know that's right.
You do. No.
You do.
Okay.
You do, Lisa Ray.
That is our sis, Miss Selena Johnson. I'm your host, Claudia Jordan. Now listen, speaking of singing, we got to give Selena her props. Congratulations to you and Twista for creating the official theme song for Fox Soul. Let's listen.
But now with black people in power, you can see them at work. Opinions and feelings are one of the realest streaming networks.
It's the new kid on the block, but still don't think nobody can stop us. Seeking truth, the power is the purpose. Altar of our day today. It's the new kid on the block, but still don't think nobody can stop us.
Very nice.
Yay!
Congratulations, Selena.
Thank you very much. Shout out to James DuBose, who is the EP of Fox Soul. He asked me to do this song, and then, so I went and did the song, presented it. I would shout out to Toxic Productions, which is my producer, all Chi-Town, and then Twista heard it and was like, "Oh, that's my girl Selena. Let me get on that." Just on some more on the love. So shout out to. I just want to give thanks to my Chicago family, my Chicago music family. Chi-Town in the building. You see us, Lisa Ray. You on So, and thank you, Fox Soul producers and Fox Soul team, and you guys for being so supportive. I just think it's awesome to be able to be a part of Fox Soul in that way.
Yes,
to be able
they are so supportive of us, aren't they?
Yes. It's dope.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I appreciate the employment. I do, because they let us do things that others don't. We're talk show hosts. You're singing soundtracks. We're hosts of other shows. We're giving other African Americans opportunities to shine. Like Fox Soul is where it's at, y'all.
Yes.
You better get into it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very proud of all the other extra things that you ladies are doing and that the network is providing for us and how it's growing so much, over 4,700% in 1 year. So kudos
yes,
to everybody.
My Arsenio pump.
Who's part of this? All right, ladies.
Speaking of Coming to America's coming, yes.
That's right.
Okay.
Yes. I'm sorry, I got excited about that.
I know. When I tell you I'm having a Coming to America party.
Are you really?
Yes, honey. We are going to watch part 1 first.
Okay.
And then we're going to watch part 2.
Boom.
It's Friday. It's going down. We mess around with African garb and everything.
Okay.
I love it. I love it.
I'm nervous about it, and I know this isn't one of
Really?
because Coming to America 1 is one of my favorite movies of all time, and I'm just, the bar is so high. So I'm like, please be as good, which is hard to top that. It's always hard with a sequel, right? When it's like such a bomb movie. Like that movie was perfect. It was perfect.
Can you say from the trailers that we've seen so far, they've looked incredible.
Yeah.
They got Tiana Taylor up in there coming through with body, yada, 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 yada. Wesley Snipes coming there giving you some blade hairdo and a little, drag show with it. And Arsenio and Eddie look funnier than ever.
Yeah.
And Garcelle and I just, and Sherry, I mean, I just think it looks good. You can kind of tell from the trailers if it's gonna suck.
I hope so. And shout out to Lunel, who also has a part in this.
Lunel! How can I forget Lunel? How can we forget Lunel? See what I'm saying? He went hood, rock and roll, futuristic. They coming to America.
Right. Yep.
All right, we all gonna be holding. We're gonna definitely be supporting this on Friday. So everybody, what's everybody drinking on tonight?
I'm doing my usual Pinot Noir.
I've got a little piece of Whitehaven, Sauvignon Blanc.
And I'm doing the same, my usual. I got my tea.
Very nice.
Claudia, what do you have?
Can you tell me this pina colada with some cherry juice in it to match my little pink top? I don't know. He just be making me
every week.
Oh,
Claudia's
drink to match your cherry that you lost long time ago. But
I don't even remember that thing. Okay, it's been so long.
Oh my goodness!
I was about to
you
stop
and Lisa.
And go, girl, no.
Claudia's drink is a fool every week.
It really is, and it always has a lot of sugar in it. You think he's trying to speed you up? Do you know what I mean, Claudia? He's like, yeah, girl. Let's go and put this little extra cherry juice up in here.
He trying to get me drunk. That's the problem. And he knows I'm not going to drink it if it's not sweet. He's just trying to get me drunk so after the show we get it popping in the back. He like,
you
please.
See what I'm saying? Why not? Be getting ready.
Why not?
All right, y'all. Let's get into some hot topics here. Now, the Golden Globes took place last night virtually with hosts in New York and LA, but a lot of the stars took to social media to protest once again the lack of Black voting members for the Hollywood Foreign Press Association. Now, the HFPA has 87 members, and not near one of them are Black. So over the weekend, showrunner Shonda Rhimes posted a Golden Globe picture with a caption that read, "Enough is enough, #time's up, Globes." And actress Kerry Washington tweeted the message, "A cosmetic fix isn't enough. No more of the surface nonsense." Now, the Hollywood Foreign Press Association recently mentioned that they are now committed to bringing in members after being called out. Do you think these members, you think adding new members will fix the problem? And why is it still this way?
They didn't even think about that. And I'm so shocked and surprised because of the tone in which we are in today. Right now, that everybody's being called out. Like nobody is letting their collar down. You know what I mean? And so they take this chance on having such a big stance in Hollywood with having the awards, and they don't have any Black people. It's like, did you think that we were going to miss that? You know what I mean? Because our stories are being shown. So weren't our people being able to have the power to have the voice for us then? Why would you leave them out? Because it's obvious and it's known that we don't all watch TV the same. Our interest is not the same. So you're going to look at it with a different eye if you're white, because you don't relate to, the South Side of Chicago, bringing up, you know what I mean? So you're going to look at that different, like, oh God, that's not my story, so I can't relate. So next, you know what I mean? Therefore, you've passed over something that is great and amazing, So I'm shocked, but I'm so glad that our A-listers and everybody else get on board and say, hey, no, we notice, we see, we're taking heed to what you're not doing. And now that you're getting called out, then you want to go, oh yeah, we forgot. So now next year we're going to put some on. It's almost like too late, but we need to still take it because we still need our voice to be heard. So it's change because we on top of their necks.
At this point, it feels like it's not even, they can't even try to say that they forgot. At this point in 2021, it's goddamn deliberate. It is. We're too present. We're too in y'all's faces. We are everywhere. And when they talk about the black dollar and buying power and how much money black folks spend going to movies and TV shows and how much we support, like, do they get in a room, 87 people or 87 members, be like, wow, not every single person here is white. You know what I mean? Like, it's such a slap in the face. And then they'll say sorry and they'll put a couple members and they'll do it again. I feel like we've had this conversation every few years when it comes to these award shows.
And
right,
Claudia, I was just going to say that with the church finger over here, that it's been that way for such a long time that they just don't think there's anything wrong with it. You have to realize with some organizations, it is hard for change for them. It's hard for them to evolve and be inclusive because it's just the way it's been for a long time, unfortunately. The beautiful thing is that now we're paying more attention to it. Other members that are more prominent, getting more power, walking in here and that there's only 87 people there and all 87 are white, are saying, hey, this isn't fair, and speaking out. And to me, it happens to be a lot of women that are calling it out like, hey, we need equal pay, we need equal this. Like, we're just in the workforce a lot more than what we ever were. And we're bringing more attention to things that are unfair. And change is needed. So I'm glad that they called them out on that.
And it's even more frustrating because, and I got to call it our own, and I don't mean black people, I mean liberals. You know, Hollywood is so known for being so liberal and so inclusive, but are we really? Because y'all supposed to be more liberal, and we demonize and we talk about the Republicans and the right, about how they're not inclusive. But Hollywood is known for being extremely liberal, extremely vocal during elections, and very pro us and inclusion. But then the very governing bodies and the organizations that pick who is that chick and that guy is not even inclusive. So we're really, they're full of shit. They're full of shit, I think.
Well, like I said, I just glad that, Sterling, what's his name from the show? He walked out and he's like, it's good to be black or something at the Golden Globes. Like, they was bold with it. They put it, right in everyone's face. So I think that's a start.
I think when I hear that so boldly like that, I think I only like it because I'm black. Because what if they went in a room and said, wow, look, it's so many white people here. I'm so glad to see us white folks here. Like, if they said that, I would be taken aback on that comment. So it almost makes me feel like when we say that and be that bold, it's so in your face till it's a division too. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I feel you. But they're the ones in power, not us. So
definitely.
Yep. Unfortunately.
We know that. But it's something there. I mean, you understand what I'm saying? It's almost like if they come in, it's like, glad to see some Latinos in here. I thought I was the only one. It's like, it's that bada bing, bada bam.
But I just think for us, though, that brown people stand for Spanish. It stands for all minorities, to be very honest with you. You can go to our events and you're going to see all nationalities there. It may be majority black, but you still will see other nationalities that are represented in some form of either music, the dancing, because we've always had to include. It's just hard for them to include us, you guys. It's a old way of doing things how long has the foreign market or that thing been there? They've been there for many years. If we can find out, but I guarantee you since the beginning to up to now, then 2021, that we're calling them out, it's been 87 members that were probably all white. Have they had any other nationalities besides white? And I'm talking Asian, Spanish, not just black. They should include everyone. There just needs to be fair representation.
And black organizations seem to go out of their way. Like even the BET Awards, and we have those award shows. When a white soul singer comes along, like a Robin Thicke or Justin Timberlake, we embrace them and celebrate them, and even carve out a space to give them an award. Let them perform on our stages. Even our reality TV shows. Atlanta Housewives, the Real Housewives of Atlanta, was the one that had a white woman with the black cast, right? You didn't see New York, New Jersey, Orange County, none of them breaking their necks to be inclusive of getting a black woman on their shows. It's just across the board. Like, it seems like we go out of our way as a people and we're more inclusive, and we're the ones that should have more to protect not them. I don't know.
It's that's because they feel like they don't need us, that we need them. So that's why we're pointing the finger saying, hey, let us in. And they're like, if you were supposed to have been here, you would have been here. That's what I feel like they're saying. We don't need you guys, and then it's like, oh, that I was almost about to say the word. I was about to say the N word, but that's
don't do it. Don't do it. Don't get us in trouble.
Okay, we can let him in, because you know how they always have a beauty of the week or one of us of the year. You know what I mean? It's like they'll give us an award, and that person is gonna get the awards throughout the whole thing because they chose one token one.
It's a mess.
You know what I think too, like, and just listening to you guys talk, like, Black people were never taught to be
prejudice,
segregated.
Oh, true. Okay.
I mean, integrated. We were never taught to be integrated. You see what I'm saying? We actually fought for segregation. You see what I'm saying? We fought to be
desegregation.
Other way around. There you go. We fought to be included, right? We don't understand. We were never taught in history to be separate and enclosed and you know what I'm saying? Inclusive to ourselves. Mm-hmm. So of course, it's not that we're trying to accept people. We were never taught not to accept people, but they were. So I think that at this point, it's just natural. It's their natural way of rotating. However, the question is, when does that natural, and what needs to happen in Hollywood and in all other platforms for that natural way of rotation to not be systemic anymore? What needs to happen? I mean, you've seen George Floyd, you've seen everything that happened in 2020, you've seen division, you've seen everything, you've seen barriers breaking. So what's it gonna take is the question. I mean, you guys are in Hollywood. What do you think needs to happen for, for this to stop? Like, because the same thing with the NFL.
Exposure. It's us bringing it to everyone's attention.
More guilty.
And then us starting to, like, they invited more members into the Screen Actors Guild. Remember when we got the sister that was now president of the Screen Actors Guild? She invited 300. I got my invitation. So thank you. Appreciate that. Look out. But you have to expose it.
Okay, let me play devil's advocate like I always do.
We might have to finish this after the break. We have to take a quick break.
Oh, dang. Okay.
I know. We'll take a quick break and we'll be back with more Cocktails with Queens. It's a great conversation when we return.
Yeah.
Yes.
Welcome back to Cocktails with Queens, having great conversations about the state of affairs when it comes to the entertainment business. And once again, I'm gonna say it again, you liberal powerhouses in Hollywood that want to jump on the bandwagon when there's a Black Death and in March and Black Lives Matter and you want to host the Black Squares, that's cool, but use your power on things that matter when Black folks need to get their accolades, because that's going to lead them to bigger paychecks and greater longevity, I think. And we should get those same awards and recognition. So, use your voices.
Like Taraji said, she got $40,000 for doing, what is it, Benjamin?
Yeah.
$40,000. Wow. But what they going to say is, well, it gave you an Oscar nod and that helped you. So we helped you. That's what they're going to say.
But you know what?
Agreed. And it's that balance that when you do a role that then will propel your career, that if at the time you don't have a big enough name, and if the production can get you for that, being one now that's starting to produce movies and do stuff like that, there's a budget. So there's certain things. So if she takes the role, then, that's part of the deal. But then if it leads to 6 years on Empires, an Oscar nomination, an Oscar win, it's apples and oranges to me.
Mm-hmm.
But when is it that, when does it come a time where Black women and Black men in Hollywood could start there? When, and I'm with you, Vivica. I feel like sometimes you have to take things because it's about, on God's clock, this will lead to that. So you can never leave money on the table. And I totally am with you on that. But I'm kind of tired of us always having to, well, let me do this so I can do that, so I can get ahead to do this. Why do Black people have to do that like we're immigrants? Like we have to come here and adapt to the culture when we were already here. You know what I'm saying? Like we're just as much Americans as white people. And it's almost like we're treated like we're immigrants. Like we have to work our way up. Why do we always got to work our way up to some shit? Why is
Are you saying why are we taught that old lesson of, well, you know, because you're black, you're always going to have to work twice as hard. You know, think of that.
And it seems like studios will take a chance on a white unknown actor to be in some big budget picture where a black person got to be 20 years in the game, be you know, you already qualified and you're guaranteed to make money overseas. Like so many hurdles for a black person, but it seems like they will take a chance on a white person in a minute. All these
white magazines too. White magazines do the same thing. They don't, you know, we buy Bazaar and whatever other magazines and Vogue and stuff. We don't care who's really on the cover. We see somebody in this like
that you like
the magazine, but let Essence, and I do meet Essence, and let Ebony get ready. Yes, I do. I want to acknowledge that they will put the same people on the cover over and over again, and we like she didn't have 13 covers. Right. They do not and will not and won't and have not put anybody black that's up and coming to say, see this sister here. She's the up and comer. She got to already be there and already. She in the interview is about what she's done. It's like the new person. She got a lot more to say. So why don't you give her?
It'd be the same 5 people doing everything.
So many facts.
Yeah. Well,
we facts upon facts right there, and that's all black public.
Damn well it is.
Yeah. Once you get in that top 5, you win everything, and then no one else really eats, and then it's the same 5 eat for.
And acting too, you know, like, do y'all see that in acting? Do y'all see that in Hollywood, like the top 5 black actresses, or do they try? Do you feel like
back in the day? I'm gonna say when I first started acting, it was only like one at a time. Like, you know, one, she was doing, you know, everything. But now, you know, thank God we've got.
Now we have 5.
Again, I hate to say it, sisters. We got a little bit more than 5, but we have Shondaland, we have OWN, we have BET, we've got TV One. But that is because, you know, you got more people in power positions of writing, directing, producing, distributing. It's the business of it. If we have the distribution, we have the producers, we have the writers, we have the funding. That's why now they can't tell us that our people, we don't support each other. But are y'all waiting to see who the black should have gonna pick? I'm sorry, I know I went left, but
I haven't been watching it. I haven't watched it, but I'm gonna go by judging by the facial hair. I'm gonna say it's gonna be a white woman. I don't think it's gonna be black. So we're gonna move on anyways.
Okay.
Switching gears. Selena, I know you don't care about the story.
I swear to God, I don't know. It just hit me mid-thing. Like, do we care about the Bachelor? Okay, no.
Selena, I know you don't care about the story because you so eloquently expressed this last week, but Kanye West and Kim Kardashian divorce continues. Inside sources are saying that Kanye's been trying to sell some of Kim's old jewelry that he purchased for her.
Yes, the tackiest. Oh my God!
Really? Jewelry that he didn't give to her, or jewelry that he had gave to her?
They said that he purchased for her a while back. So in the last 2 weeks, he's been trying to get rid of the jewelry, and you know, he wanted them to stay together, but it's over. Selena, we know you don't care about this one, but ladies, what do y'all? You know what? Let's not even make it about Kanye West. Let's make it about a more general conversation because it ain't just about the celebrities. It's about what he's doing. Selling the gifts that he gave you, any man, like that is so tacky. Once he gives it to you, it's your gift.
But that was my question. Did he give them to her yet? Or is this stuff that he was going to give her and then he still has in his possession he want to get rid of?
It just says that he recently, he purchased for her a while back. So I'm thinking he gave it to her.
Maybe he got ready to give it to her a while back on Christmas and they weren't back together, so he kept it.
Now, can I say the good thing for him to do besides it looking tacky as hell as what it's coming across is give it to the kids or donate it to a charity that then they can sell it and raise money. Like, okay, I know we're breaking up. I mean, if we're going to do something, then that way it was Kim Kardashian's jewelry. And that way that instead of just hearing like, yeah, he trying to hawk your jewels, girl.
Because it's looking very tacky. It really is. But anyways, moving on.
We're going to get the tea. We're going to get the information and they're going to report on it. So he going to be looking crazy. So I don't know why, but I guess that just goes along with it. You know, it's been that way.
He's trying to hawk her jewels, girl.
You know, I don't think either one of them shy away from getting attention. So I think any news is good for them because they kind of like both like seem like that attention. Anyways, new Superman movie in the works at Warner Brothers, and there's a chance that actor Michael B. Jordan could be in the running to play Superman. The website Giant Freaking Robot reports that the science fiction writer is creating the new script for the film, and that Michael B. Jordan is the top choice for recasting the role with a person of color, a Black man as Superman. I think that's dope.
Church figure coming in. Church figure coming in. Yes.
What do you think about Michael B. Jordan being the possible new Black Superman?
Disclaimer first.
Okay.
Total and complete disclaimer. I love Michael B. Jordan. I think that he's overqualified for the position. I think that he would play an amazing Superman. But I just wonder, since we had this conversation about Hollywood, now that Chadwick Boseman has passed away and we technically don't have a Black Panther, are y'all trying to get these good Black box office dollars by making a Black Superman be what it is? Because I just don't understand. Like, he could have been Black. So why now? Is it because we popping? Is it because we hot? We pull these dollars out to the box office, down to the box office. What is the real reasoning of why you've chosen a Black man? And another thing, listen, I'm pro-Black, Black power. Why not a Latino? Why not an Asian? Why not any other nationality? Why did you have to go to a Black man is at the top of the list? I have questions. And listen, Michael B. Jordan would be an amazing anything, because I think that he's an exceptional actor. He's one of my favorites. I love him, and he's easy on the eyes. I still want him to be Killmonger. However, okay, I say throw his ass in the Black Panther, let him be the Black Panther. But
let him play both roles. That would
exactly, or just be Black Panther, because we understand that Chadwick Boseman has passed. I wouldn't be mad at that. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like this Superman shit is on some old, we trying to capitalize off Black superhero dollars, because you saw how that Black Panther turned out down to the theaters.
Yes.
I feel a way about just giving up, because Christopher Reeve's still Superman to me.
I agree.
Now, that's what I was going to say. Because
is it going to be a Black Lois Lane?
Yeah.
Is it going to be a Black Lois?
It better be.
Is everybody going to be Black?
Problems with who's the little girl that was going to be little Miss Mermaid or whatever? And
Chloe.
Right. Mm-hmm. And then they got Chloe. All they panties in a bunch.
Yeah, they got up in arms about that, and they were giving her red hair and everything. I thought it was excellent casting.
Yeah. But we shouldn't, okay, I'm gonna play devil's advocate on this one. We can't on one conversation complain that we don't get those opportunities. Then we do, then we question them. I say take all their goddamn money, they owe it to us, and take those roles and flip and make them be the best, biggest box office hits. I think they are regretting, after the success of Black Panther, all the times they overlooked us, because Black Panther was such an amazing a success story. Unfortunately, a lot of the money did go to a white studio, Black director, but white studio. Okay, but one day we'll get there where we can write it, produce it, create it, and those dollars go right back in for real. But I think I'm here for it. I'm here for a Black Superman, whoever it is. I don't care.
Michael B. Jordan. If there was someone running around in tights and jumping over small, large buildings in a single bound, I could watch Michael B. Jordan.
Or even like a Idris Elba too. I'll take that too.
Exactly. Yeah.
I feel like they're gonna give Lori Harvey a part. She might be Lois Lane.
I was gonna say that would be excellent casting as well. I mean, they would have amazing chemistry. It's like you want to see those two. They're beautiful to look at. So that's excellent casting. Excellent casting, queens.
And they could even throw in Steve Harvey as maybe Lex Luthor or something.
He's the boss at the job, at the newspaper. He the boss.
Yeah, he could be the guy at the newspaper place.
He the Lawrence Fishburne. He the boss.
We done casted the whole movie. All right, we're gonna take a quick break. When we come back, we'll be talking to Dwen Curry, who's featured on BT Plus's American Gangsta Trap Queen show. That show looks super exciting. You don't want to miss this interview coming up next right here on Cocktails with Queens. Welcome back to Cocktails with Queens. Our next guest is one of the stars of a fascinating documentary on BET Plus called American Gangster Trap Queens. She's here to talk about living a double life as a money fraud mastermind and stylist to the stars like our very own Lisa Ray. Please welcome Dwen Curry to the show.
Yay!
I love you ladies. I am here finally with my IQs. I call you guys IQs because you're iconic queens.
Hey,
You
I
know,
like
and so
that. I
all
love
of you are,
food with a
yeah,
cat.
I'll take that.
absolutely.
IQs.
Dwayne, it is so good to It is so good to see you, and the trailer looks amazing. Your story about running a successful wire fraud business and being a stylist has a lot of different layers. Let's start from the beginning. Briefly, tell us about growing up in Detroit and your beginnings.
Growing up in Detroit was fun. It was fun and it was interesting because I got a chance to really learn like the street life and the family and just everyone around. You know, where I grew up, it was a camaraderie. You know, if I got in trouble, then the neighbor was okay to whoop me or something like that. It was that type of thing. You know, and then there was, you know, a couple of little bullies, but I took care of him with that skate. Boop.
That was gonna be my question. Like, did you grow up like you know, having skills from your childhood to maneuver, like, you know, with bullying? Like, how did you handle that being different? Because I would think that back in Detroit, you still was just as fabulous and flamboyant. You know what I mean? So how did you deal with the folks that stared at you, didn't give you a chance, or bullied you, all while you was out in the streets making money?
Well, growing up, that was different because I held on to that insecurity, you know, especially being called different names, Tar Baby, and, you know, Daddy, and just all of those things. I was determined to make money because I said, okay, you want to call me I'm going to be the coldest mother. Oops, can I cuss?
That's all right.
I'm going to be the coldest
man. We're going to give you that one.
But, you know, that's how I got everything back. And then, of course, you know, being instilled with a lot of morals and values and a lot of love from my family. So, you know, that helped me a lot. And the money really helped, you know, because once you get the money, you could pretty much do what you want. Yes.
So Dwayne,
and respect.
So Dwayne, you spoke of Tar Baby. That stuck out for me because it's like, yo, I got to deal with, you know, different, or, you know, being my own man, but then I have to worry about being a black owned man, you know, a black different man. So how did that, you know, having to deal with all of the drama, you know, in Detroit, how did that get you to LA? And then once you get to LA, how did you get into, you know, money laundering? You know what I'm saying? What was the road to that?
More money, more money, more money. No.
I know,
money,
yes.
more money.
It did not come out that way. Actually, when I was growing up, I had no idea who and what I was going to be. I had no idea. So going to California was a blessing in disguise for me because I was so smoked out, you know, dealing with everything that I dealt with. So once I get to California, then everything just kind of like, it just caterpillared. Everything it came the way it needed to come full circle.
So the money laundering, you said it catapulted. Like, was there someone that you met that kind of got you involved in the money laundering, or was that something that just kind of matriculated from styling, or?
It fell into my lap. I was working at an establishment. So when I was working at this one establishment, I just started looking at different stuff. And I was supposed to go to Atlanta one year. When I was going to Atlanta, this guy was doing the airline tickets. He ran out of numbers. He said, can you get some numbers? I worked at a job. I got the numbers. And then I saw how easy it was. So everything just kind of snowballed. The wire fraud came into effect by one of my GGs and said, here, can you do something with this? And I said, well, you know, let me look at this. Let me study up on it. And then I saw how simple and so sweet it was. And this is the thing that's really important. People are under the impression that I took all of this money from those people. I did. I knew that they would get inconvenienced for about 60 to 90 days. I don't owe the people. I owe the banks because the banks turned around and paid them back. So the only thing I was doing is what they been doing anyway. So they just, they was real mad once they saw it was me.
Okay. I love that you kept that all the way real. Now, how did you parlay that to then becoming a popular stylist?
I've always had a knack for fashion. Mm-hmm. Always.
We can see that, baby. The hair, right? Okay, showed up for
right.
I've always had a knack for fashion, and whenever I went out, you know how it is in LA. If you're a socialite, really, I wasn't no stylist. I was really just a socialite, just running around. And then I ended up meeting Yo-Yo, and Yo-Yo is the one who inducted me into the industry. She, yeah, I love Yolanda. Yolanda, she made sure, she said, oh, you want to be a stylist? I said, yeah, I'm going to go to film. She said, no, you're not with all you got. So I came to LA with Yolanda, and I did her video with Gerald Levert and at that time about Pac and Biggie. And so they let me assist on there, and I just kind of took, straight in. And then when I met my flawless at the guest party, I met her at the guest party, and her and we've been inseparable ever since. She gave me a break. She really did. She took a chance on me. It's that chemistry.
Yes, agreed.
Dwayne, seeing you around the city and not knowing that this was your backstory, just seeing you as someone that was always fly, always fabulous, always on the scene, and with the hot chicks and the hot starlets and all that. And then later on, after knowing you and seeing you around, and then seeing the trailer for your show, which we're about to take, it's mind-blowing. It makes you just even more interesting, so many layers. So let's take a look at the trailer for American Gangsta Trap Queens right now. That show looks so bomb. I cannot wait to see it. Wow. I want to ask you, Dwayne, how did a Love and Hip Hop cast member become your roommate? And then part B, were you in shock when they snitched on you after you helped them out when they needed you?
Now, okay, well, let me guide him into this, because here's the thing. You are absolutely right, because see, I don't believe in snitches, and because snitches get stitches to me, especially if and when you done help somebody out and they're in your house living rent free or whatever. Even if she was paying, you're under my roof. There got to be some type of loyalty there, and you go and trick on me because you mad at me. I have a problem with that. I do. I have a problem with that. And for me, it's like, even if you feel like you made a mistake, why you wouldn't come to the rescue and say, well, hey, I didn't mean this. What's going on with me and you? I didn't want it to turn into this. Like, I don't respect that. So, I mean, Dwayne, I know that you can shine light on that, because, obviously I wasn't there, but
Dwayne, what say you, Dwayne? What you got to say?
Yeah.
Look at Claudia. She always be wanting all the tea.
All of it.
Okay.
It's my job.
I've been out, baby. Serve it up.
No, absolutely. First of all, let me be real clear. I don't mention her name. So I will say I was very surprised that Miss Fizzlepop. So she sat there with me on the couch after the police had then ran up in there. The door to the front door is right next to her window. I thought she was going to the reunion, because she was on her way to the reunion. And the police said, is anyone here? I said, well, my roommate, she must not be here, because her window was right there. And when the police come, they make it known that they present.
Okay.
They go in there, they in her room for about 5 minutes, and they come out with her. She sit on the couch. They pull out pictures showing her all of this. See, I don't have no text message receipts. I have bodies that could sit next to me, because my girlfriend and I at the time were in the halfway house, and she used to come over there and visit. In the federal halfway house, the police showed them that picture, and as God is my witness, because y'all already see the truth already running and streaming. She sat up there and she said, yes, I know her. She was just over here. She's over here every day. Violation, 2-year violation.
Was she in Love and Hip Hop Hollywood? Is she one of the people on that show?
Probably. I don't know, girl. I just gave you her name.
You said Fizzle Pop? Let me go ahead and Google.
I know who she is.
Thank you.
Can I say who she is?
Why
Lisa
not?
Ray, give us a hint. What's the name begin with?
M.
M.
Am I right?
Lois, you know everything.
Wait, M. I need the name. Who was it?
And then she was just involved with something with Dr. Dre saying some old something.
Oh.
Who that, y'all? I missed it.
Who that?
You are so silly.
Who?
I think she's talking about Monique.
Oh, Moniece.
I don't know.
What would you say to Moniece if Moniece is watching right now?
I don't.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't.
Before we let you go, I want to ask, is there anything, that you learned from your former life that helped you live a better life today? Because you absolutely have to glow up. I mean, you must have learned a lot.
Humble, humility. It's so much. Life is so precious. That's why you IQs over there, you have to hold on. And because what I went through was tumultuous. And imagine having all these millions and then you get out from prison and you have to get an EBT card. I had never looked at my grocery list before. So that right there, that's humility. Living downtown on Skid Row.
And then when you have such a fabulous life and you come back and everyone that was there for you turned their back on you, and you've already been through prison and been through hell, because she's had a lot that happened to her in prison, and it shows in the show Trap Queens, that gotta humble you, but it's also humiliating as well and embarrassing that when you come out, it kind of can keep you a little paranoid about what has actually happened to you that can hinder your self-esteem. You know what I mean? So I my hat's off to you, Dwen, because you encountered a lot. You held it up. You ain't turn in nobody else. You did your time yourself. Like, hey, this was me. Y'all caught me. And so it's about me. So let me do the time. You did that. That was a stand-up gangster move for sure. So Gay Gangsta GG, you are. And I'm gonna always be there for you because I love you.
And Dwen, we will definitely.
I love you too.
Dwen, we want everyone to support your show. And before you go, I just gotta say real quick, our apologies if we use the wrong pronoun. I know you identify as she, and I don't want to to make a mistake with that. So I meant no disrespect if that happened in this interview at all.
Claudia, remember you knew me before.
Yes.
Before everything just pretty much transitioned. So I don't get offended because you've been to my house before and stuff. Remember when Kenya did my godson's baby shower and she decorated it and stuff like that? Like you've been there for like years as well.
But I just didn't want anyone watching to, you know what I mean? I just want to be respectful and so we all do that correctly moving forward. And I'm very proud of you. I really am. I want to thank Dwen Curry for joining us. Please watch Dwen on BET's American Gangsta Trap Queens, streaming on BET Plus. The show looks super hot and you're going to be even bigger than you already are. Please stick around. We have more Cocktails with Queens when we return. Welcome back to Cocktails with the Queens. Make sure you support Dwen Curry's show, Trap Queens. That show, American Gangsta Trap Queens, looks really good. Now, Lisa Ray, your name in one of your classic roles has been trending this week. Actually, you trend a lot, my friend. I love it. You trend a lot. I love it. Former Basketball Wives star Drea Michelle posted on social media that she'd be the right choice to play Diamond from the Players Club movie if they did a reboot. Then Jocelyn Hernandez stepped in saying she would be the perfect pick. Lisa Ray, based on what you know about these ladies, who would you choose to be the new Diamond if they did a reboot? And is it time for a reboot?
I think why not? You know what I mean? I do have a problem with some of the, sequels, sometime when they're done so well and it's the first time, you see it, it's like, let Diamond be Diamond. Maybe somebody can play Zucubic Zirconia or something, I'm not really sure. But Diamond was done so well till she's still Diamond, you know what I mean? So I don't know what to say. I tell you that I don't see Jocelyn in that role though.
at all.
No.
I love Jocelyn. Jocelyn is sexy.
I do too, because honey, she got it. She got body, yada, yada, yada. For
yes,
real.
she does.
Well,
And she can shake and, you know, all that. But
and I think
Jocelyn could play the other girl.
Drea did it for
yes,
Halloween.
Ronnie.
And she did it very well. And she hit me with like, look, I'm a little you know what I mean? And I've actually acted in some things with her as well.
You're talking about
Drea,
mm-hmm. right?
Mm-hmm.
Drea got body too. She got
Drea got mad body too. Don't get that twisted. Yeah, but Selena just said something really wonderful. She said if they were to do the remake, that Jocelyn should play the chick that you tore that dressing room up with.
Ronnie.
Yes, Ronnie. Girl, that fight scene, girl, that was woo. You was like, I'm gonna whoop your ass. I was like,
I was shot.
Yeah, and when she pulled out the gun, that was epic. Yeah, it was good.
I definitely think they both could play. I think Drea would be a great Diamond. You know, if they remade it. But I think Jocelyn would be a dope ass Ronnie.
No doubt.
But you know what I really think? I think that they would do what really Cube did in the first place. He would get a no name. Because a no name gives you an opportunity not to compare her to anything and anybody else. A no name gets more of a chance because you're watching and say, let me see how great of a job she's done. But if you have somebody else that has done something else, you got to critique it in a different type of way.
That's a good point.
What role?
But Lisa Ray, you already set the bar. You already set the bar. So now
exactly. Ain't no name gonna come.
And then I'm gonna say like this, P Valley got it on lock. P Valley is just right now, they doing it.
I would want to see
I agree with you on that.
But honestly,
I don't want it to turn out like what's that Jennifer Lopez movie that they did in Cardi B? I would not
Players or the stripper or what was that? Yeah.
But honestly, Lisa Ray, you still look just as good. You still look bomb enough to still play that role. So I think you can still do it. But I do think we don't cast 2 projects tonight here on Cocktail.
Lisa Ray could be the owner of the club. Lisa Ray could be the owner of the club. You know, because she went to college. Remember, I went to
college and I was a journalist. Remember, I graduated. So
we gotta take our last break, and we have a couple minutes left when we come back. Cocktail of Queens when we return. What?
What we laughing about, ladies? What we laughing about?
Cocktails of Queens. Staying
Messy Mondays.
Real quick. We're going to just talk about it real quick because we got to keep it 100. Gorilla Glue Girls mad at you, Lisa Ray, real quick before we get in this last story. She mad at you, Lisa Ray.
Yeah, she mad at me because I don't remember what I said, but I'm sure I said what I said, meant what I said.
About her being ghetto or slow.
Ghetto or slow. I don't know if she ghetto or slow or not, but my thing is what you did. You know doggone well that you don't go in a hair section and get gasoline. So when you get ready to go get hair glue, you don't go to the department store of the hardware. You don't do that. So that's why I'm like, duh. So you can take it any way you want to. Duh, slow, what the hell, what happened, any of that. All of that.
So you saying you didn't give a damn at all?
At all.
I don't care because I'm glad that she's okay. I'm glad that she was able to get that out of her hair because I know that even when you feel like you want to play a game or a prank or whatever, not saying that she did, but when it becomes so severe, it's like, oh my God, I didn't mean this. I didn't know this. So I'm sure the mistake has caused her all of this. We even invited her on the show to come on the show, but they declined. So go figure.
Well, thoughts and prayers are with her, and we're happy that she was able to maintain her edges.
Absolutely glad. I'm glad. I know for sure she learned a lesson, and everybody out there has learned through her, and even some other dummies have tried to do stuff with glue on their mouth with cups and all. And it's like, really, I meant what I said. Yes.
Well, speaking of
prayers is crazy.
Thoughts and prayers. Well, speaking of learning lessons on Vivica, y'all are just staying up in the news and these headlines. Vivica had to put a troll in her place when they had something to say about your blue boots. A viewer made a comment on your wardrobe when you appeared on the
dress, child.
ABC show To Tell the Truth.
They better know she is a soror. She can wear blue any goddamn time she wants to.
They said next time on Tell the Truth, I hope wardrobe can find you clothes that fit. And you responded saying, "Shut your hating ass up, bitch. I look fabulous in blue boots and giving legs for days." I mean,
and I said, and don't hate because you can't. Okay. Laughed at it at the
Y'all
end.
be coming for us acting like we don't have no opinions or whatever. Like
Okay.
our opinion is 100. It's like this is how I feel at the time. This is how I feel. So take it. You know what I mean? You know,
And this is my thing.
You did some dumb shit.
I'm hardly ever on Twitter. Like I'd say my little things and I chime in, but I had time at that moment, and I just had to let her ass go.
Anyone that doesn't think that this panel will not clap back, I had to tell a bitch the other day. I said, I work 1 hour a day. I work 1/24th of a day. I have time. We have time. Even if we don't have time, we're gonna find some time. I want to thank Lisa Ray, Selena Johnson.
I ain't answering nothing no more. I'm doing plead the fifth.
And thank you to Dwen Curry for being with us tonight. And thank you for watching us on the Fox Soul mobile app. Stay tuned for it later with Leon is up next. And Trolls, you will get checked in red if you try it because the
IQs don't play. We got a new name, y'all. The IQs. Thank you, Dwayne.
Maybe that's our fans, the IQs.
The IQs. Oh, I like that.
We'll see y'all next time.